So Lakers responded. What are your memories from playing with the Lakers and Kobe in his final season?
I just remember feeling like, well, first, I want to say this. 2-4 started that season as Kobe Bryant. Training camp, he was pushing everybody. He was getting his body ready. He was getting his mind ready. He was making sure we all was on the same page. And then, as I remember it, I feel like 9, 10 games in, his body started breaking down, and he came to the realization that this was the end. And his mentality shifted. He became a lot lighthearted. He became more easygoing. Mm-hmm. And I knew at that point he had kind of took his foot off the gas. Like, he knew his body wasn't going to hold up to the standard that he had set for himself. And I was on the team with Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell. Nick was on that team. Larry Nance was on that team. They had a lot of young guys that they had planned to develop, but as y'all know, the Lakers don't develop talent. Mm-hmm. That ain't really what they into. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, and I remember them sitting us down and telling us, hey, the rest of this season is going to be about 2-4. So we're going to celebrate him. We're going to go out and compete, but it's about him. And from that point on, it turned into the farewell tour. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we started getting a pulse of the nights that he was going to play, the nights when he wasn't going to play. Because, you know, if you go into a city twice, he probably wasn't going to play in the first one. He was going to play in the second one. All the Eastern Conference games that we only go once, he probably going to play in a lot of these. And so our focus kind of shifted. And the crazy thing about it was Byron Scott was still whooping our ass in practice, though. He was still whooping our ass in practice, but it's like, B. Scott, we in shape, bro. Yeah, we 40 games in, and I remember having a meltdown. He had man, listen, 40, 50 games in, we doing a damn conditioning drill. I said, B. Scott, nah, dog.
Y'all doing easy run 40 games in,
We
dog?
are still doing a conditioning drill.
40 games.
So I have a meltdown. I said, bro, if we ain't in shape now, we ain't never gonna be in shape.
Right.
He called me in the office. I said, B. what's this about? I said, what is this about? He said, this all I know. I come from Pat Riley. That's all I know. This is my coaching staff.
Should know something else.
Yeah, but I just remember like Kobe, he wouldn't practice. He really wouldn't be around. Like we had a thing where in the locker room, because y'all know he had his own separate locker room. He had his own room for him to stretch, and he had his own staff of trainers and whatnot. And the only way we knew what games that he would play, they would come in and take all his stuff out of his locker. So that's how we knew that he would play on certain nights. They would come clean his locker out, and we'd be like, Elvis in the building. Mm-hmm. That was our joke. Hey, Elvis in the building. Like, he gonna play tonight. So we used to come out the locker room out this door. Kobe come out he come out the door. And one of the funniest things that he used to do, mind you, he didn't come to practice. During preparation for games, we'll be going over game plan. He'd just be sitting there getting dressed. He'd be like, nah, we ain't doing that. Like, nigga, we've been working on this shit all week. What are you talking about? We've been working on this shit all week. And he's just putting his jersey on. Nah, we ain't doing that. And because him and B. Scott played together, B. Scott like,
We ain't doing it.
We ain't doing that.
So Kobe became Pat Riley, so he did.
Kobe became Pat Riley, man. But as the season started winding down, man, I realized, like, that was my first time seeing somebody be celebrated and get their flowers. And, you know, God rest his soul, I'm glad that he was able to have that experience going out of the door, seeing how everything played out. I was grateful to be a part of it, and I was grateful to experience that and play with Kobe, man.
It was crazy when you, especially with him, if you seen him when he was younger, that mindset, but you got to see him at both stages.
Yeah.
The competitor and then like a regular teammate. When he realizes, okay, this ain't it no more.
And I wish I was with him earlier in my career, because he would have did so much for me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Just how he was just, man, laser focused, dog. Laser focused on attention to detail, things that he wanted to get out of the game and what he wanted to get out of himself and his teammates. He was down to challenge anybody.